crashing online classes. Now we will move to the next lesson of physics, that is some natural phenomenon. So in 7th standard or in your previous classes, you have already studied about some of the natural phenomena like winds, storms and cyclones. In this lesson, we shall study some other natural phenomena like earthquake and lightning, and also we will study here the preventive measures we have to take to minimize the disruptions caused by these earthquake as well as lightning. So you might have seen sparks in the electric poles, sparks produced in the electric poles when the wires are loose. When the wire is loose, you can see the sparks, and also when the wind is blowing, when two wires come into contact with each other, we can see these type of sparks. So lightning is also a type of spark. Spark is produced during lightning, electrical sparks. But here sparks are produced in a huge quantity, in a large quantity, spark is produced. So lightning is produced, lightning is due to the production of the sparks or the accumulation of the sparks in a large scale due to the accumulation of spark in the cloud. Accumulation of sparks, accumulation in the cloud. Accumulation of sparks in the cloud produces lightning, that we see as lightning. So when we say this charge, about charges we already studied. There are mainly two types of charges. They are positive charge as well as negative charge. Positive charge and negative charge. Positive charges and negative charge. So we have already studied like charges repel each other and unlike charges attract each other. So which are the like charges? Positive charges or negative charges. They are the like charges. Like charges, they are repelling each other. Unlike charges, in the sense positive and negative charges or negative and positive charges, they attract each other. Usually, like charges repel each other and unlike charges attract each other. There are some substances we can produce electric charges. We can produce charge in those substances by just rubbing them. By rubbing two substances or by rubbing two objects, charge can be produced. So these type of charge we call it as static charge. Static charge. What is static charge? Charge produced due to the rubbing, by rubbing two things. By rubbing two objects. The charge which is produced, charges which we produce by rubbing two objects, which is called as static charge. And what about electric current? Electric current in the sense, electric current in the sense, charges in motion. Charges in motion. When the charges start moving from one place to another, from one end to another end of the material, we call it as electric current. So charges, static charge and electric current. Static charge in the sense, the charges produced by rubbing two things or by rubbing two objects, we call it as static charge. Electric charge in the sense, charges which flow, we call it as electric current. For example, in the conductor or in the wire, the electrical devices which we use at home or anywhere, their charges are moving, their charges are flowing from one end to another, we call it as electric current. So, electric charges or charges can be transformed, these charges can be transformed from charged body. Electric charges can be transformed. It can be transformed mainly by using metallic conductors. Electric charges can be transformed using metallic conductors. So when these electric charges or when the electric charges are transferred from a charged body to the ground, when the electric charges are transferred from a charged body to the ground, we call it as earthing. Earthing means a flow of charges from a charged body to the ground or to the earth. Flowing of charges to the ground or to earth. The charges which transform from charged body to the ground or to earth, we call it as earthing. So, to check whether an object, to check whether a material or anything which carries charges or not, we are using a device. That device we call it as electroscope. Electroscope is a device which is used to check or which is used to identify the object which carry charges or not. That device we call it as electroscope. The flow of charges from the charged body to the ground or to the earth, we call it as earthing. So this earthing is very important while constructing buildings or houses. As you know, earthing while doing wiring, there should be earthing. So why this earthing is important? If any leakage of current takes place in any device, so using earth wire, it goes to the earth. It goes to the earth or the ground so that it saves the electrical equipment or it saves the life of a man. It saves the life of a man who operate that particular electrical devices. So earthing is one of the safety measures. Earthing means flowing the electrical charges from a charged body to the ground. We call it as earthing, which is important. It is a safety measure while constructing the houses as well as buildings. So charges, the more charges, if the leakage of charges takes place in the wires, it goes to the earth using the earth wire so that it saves the life of a man. So in 7th standard, you have studied that during the development of thunderstorm, air current moves in the upward direction. Air current moves upward and water droplets moves in the downward direction. Water droplets moves downward. So when these takes place, that is the due to this motion, air current moves in the upward direction, water droplet comes in the downward direction or moves in the downward direction. Due to this vigorous movement which leads to the separation of the charges. Separation of charges takes place. So how charges get separated? Here usually positive charges, positive charges, they accumulate at upper layer or at the top of the cloud. Positive charges accumulate at the upper layer of the cloud and negative charges accumulate at the lower layer of the cloud. The separation of the charges takes place. Positive charges at the upper layer, negative charges at the lower layer of the cloud. So as this continues, as the magnitude of the charge increases, usually air is a bad conductor of electricity. So air cannot withstand this movement of the charge. It cannot withstand it. It resists. It opposes the movement of these charges. So what happens? These charges come into contact with each other. Positive and negative charges come into contact with each other. They meet each other. So during this, we can see the streaks of light as well as sound. So these streaks of light we call it as lightning and sound we call it as thunder. that sound. So these streaks of light or the meeting of these charges, because of that we can see lightning. This causes lot of danger, or it causes lot of harms for the life of a man as well as for the other property. So what are the preventive measures we have to take to avoid the or to minimize the destructions caused by these lightning? During lightning and thunder, no open place is safe. So if you hear any thunder, usually lightning is a sign for the thunder. So if you hear, you have to go to a safer place. So what are the precautions we have to take? So as I said, open place is not safe. If we are inside, we are traveling in the vehicle, we are inside the vehicle, we have to close the windows as well as door properly. We have to shut the windows and the doors. So usually during the lightning as well as thunder, open vehicles are not safe. We should not travel in open vehicles like a scooter, bike or a tractor or open car. So these are not safe. We should be inside. If we are traveling, we have to travel in a closed vehicle. Open fields, tall trees, etc. Shelters in parks, elevated places do not protect us from lightning strikes. So as I said, open fields are not safe. Open fields or the parks, you should not take shelter in these places. Carrying umbrella is also not a good method during lightning or during thunder. Carrying umbrella should be avoided. It is not good. If you are in a forest, take shelter under a shorter tree. You have to take shelter under a shorter tree if you are in a forest. In open fields, stay away from trees. If we are in the open fields, we have to stay away from the fields, not only away from the trees, we have to stay away from electrical poles. We have to stay away from electrical poles as well as any metallic object is present there. We have to stay away from these metallic objects. Stay away from the poles and metal objects. So how we have to sit? We should not lie on the ground. In an open place, we should not lie on the ground. We have to squat low on the ground, and we have to keep our hands on our knees, and we have to bend our head. We have to keep our head between our hands. That picture is given in your textbook. If we are in the open place, we should not lie on the ground. Instead we have to squat low on the ground. Place your two hands on your knees and your head between the hands. You have to keep your head between the hands. In this way, we can protect ourselves from this lightning as well as thunder. So usually, open places or open vehicles are not safe during this lightning. If we are in a forest, we should not stand under a long tree. We have to take shelter under a very small, shorter tree. Open fields, if we are in the open field, we have to stay away from the trees. We have to stay away from the electrical poles, away from the metallic object. And also in the playing field or in the ground, open ground, how we should not lie on the ground. Instead, we have to squat low on the ground, keeping two hands on the knee, and our head should be between our hands. Suppose we are inside the home. If we are inside the house, what precautionary measures we have to take? So usually electrical appliances, we have to stay away from the electrical appliances. You should not touch any electrical appliances. It may be mixer, grinder or anything. So you should not speak, or you should not touch these telephones. Usually you can use mobile phones or Other cordless devices you can use, but you should not touch the telephones. These wires you should not touch if you are inside the house. And also you have to disconnect your it may be TV or it may be fridge or any electrical appliances. As you know, the safety measures what you are taking, everything you have to disconnect. You have to avoid the contact of electrical charges or the usually mains only we are disconnecting to avoid the destructions caused by this lightning as well as thunder. Suppose we are inside the house or if we are inside the building, what precautionary measures we have to take from this lightning? So if we are inside the house or the building, inside the house or the home, we should not touch any electrical appliances. Lightning can strike telephone cords, electrical wires and metal pipes during thunderstorm. Contact with these should be avoided. We should not touch any electrical appliances, electrical wires or the telephone cords or the metal pipes, because they are the very good conductors of electricity. As you know, electricity or the electric current flows through these materials. They are the good conductors of electricity. Lightning is the charge, it is electrical charge. So electrical charges can flow through them. So to avoid that, we should not touch these things. We should not come in contact with these things. It is safer to use mobile phones and cordless phones. So mobile phones and cordless phones are safer, they said, but still we have to avoid using these also. Bathing should be avoided during lightning. Bathing should be avoided in order to avoid the contact with running water, because water is also a good conductor of electricity. It carries electric charges. Therefore, we have to avoid bathing during lightning or the thunderstorm. Electrical appliances like computers, TV, etc. should be unplugged. They should be switched off and you have to remove the plug. They should be unplugged. Electrical appliances such as it may be computer or it may be refrigerator or it may be anything, TV, any electrical appliances, they should be unplugged to save these electrical equipments, because they may catch fire during the lightning. To avoid the flow of electrical charges, we have to unplug these electrical devices. Now, lightning conductors. So what are these lightning conductors? Lightning conductors, they are the devices mainly used to protect the buildings from this lightning. The device used to protect buildings from the effect of lightning, we call it as lightning conductors. Usually these lightning conductors, they are the metallic rod. Metallic rod which is taller than the building is installed in the wall of the building during the construction. During construction of a building, a metallic rod which is taller than the building. That picture is given in your textbook. A metallic rod should be constructed, but that rod should be taller than the building, should be constructed during the construction of the building, installed in the wall of the building during the construction. One end of the rod is kept open and another end is buried inside the ground, buried deep inside the ground. So it is like a rod, but it is taller than the building. Here one end is kept open and another end of that another end of that rod is kept buried deep under the ground. The rod provides easy route. Because of this, rod provides easy route for the transfer of electric charges. If the transfer of electric charges during the time of lightning or the thunderstorm, it absorbs these electric charges. These electric charges flows through the the ground. So metal columns, and also by this we can avoid the electrical shocks, we can avoid the disruption due to this lightning or the thunderstorm. In addition to this, while the construction of the buildings, we also have metal columns which are used in the which are there during the construction. In the construction, electrical wires are there, and also water pipes which are there in the buildings. They also protect from these destruction, from these lightning or the thunderstorm for some extent. But main thing you have to remember, during the lightning or during the thunderstorm, we should not touch any of these devices. We should not touch, even it is a electrical wire or even it is a water pipe. We have to avoid the contact of these devices or the equipments to avoid the danger of this lightning or the thunderstorm. These are the safety measures we have to remember to protect ourselves as well as to protect our property from this lightning, from the bad effects, from the harms of this lightning as well as thunderstorm.